Just go through the list.
I don't have much on the list.
Who gives a fuck? You got one more thing on the list. We'll go through one more thing. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be anything, bro. You can be talking about, like, what is the average dick size of an alien, right? Like, I don't give a shit. What is the average dick size of an alien, by the way? If you had to guess, because they say they're, like, 4 feet tall, right? So if they're, like, 4 feet tall, you have to imagine something like that. But is it proportionate? Or do they not have anything? Because I've heard stories about that where they say they don't have anything there. Including, like, there's no... Have you ever seen, like when they describe the alien invasion, they never describe the alien with like huge tits, right?
I've seen one on YouTube about a dude who got abducted, and he claims that when he woke up in the ship, and all the aliens looked like humans, like they had really blonde hair. All of them were blonde.
Yeah, I've heard about those. Like
I forgot what was the name of the person.
That's also associated with like the hollow Earth theory.
That was the time when they came, like the news happened and they got on the newspaper, and then they had to switch it up, and then they made it seem that it wasn't really a UFO. They made it seem like
Roswell.
I don't know. I don't remember the name of the incident.
But like when the UFO crashed and they said it was a UFO, and then they said it was a balloon, like a weather balloon or something.
The balloon thing. There you go. And I think the man's name was Travis, I believe. I'm not sure. That the person who got abducted. That wasn't like I forgot what exactly happened to him.
Oh, but that's from a different one, right? You're talking about like Close Encounters of the third or fourth kind. I forgot what the name.
No. I think it's literally that one.
In Roswell, like the one,
the balloon thing.
The balloon. Yeah.
I think it was dealt with a girl or a guy?
I don't remember an alien abduction story with that. I just remember like the actual story, like they printed in the newspaper, like at first they printed that it was a UFO.
And then they changed it.
And then they changed it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a weird thing.
And then they picked up all the stuff that was there at the crash. I'm not even sure if it was a UFO crash or... What was the name of the incident?
Roswell.
Roswell. It was in New Mexico, right?
Yeah, it was in Roswell, New Mexico. It should be. I mean, it's the number one thing that Roswell is associated with. If you look it up, there's like the records, the official records and stuff like that. I always like looking at old CIA files from like back in the day. I'm like, you guys waited 80 years to release this. You know what I'm saying? Like not 80, but like a lot of decades to release this, man.
I mean, who cares?
What do you mean, who cares?
Like, what's the point? What is them like showing it? We already knew it was real.
The alien stuff?
Yeah, it's like, okay, they put it up. Like, wow, big whoop. Like, we've been here this year.
Is it real?
Of course.
The UFO?
So you don't believe those guys with the abduction stories?
With the abduction stories?
I'm not saying that maybe all of them are real, but you don't believe any of them?
I don't know.
There's a lot of weird... I used to watch... what was those shit? Those Buzz... I don't know if you ever seen those BuzzFeed videos where these two dudes...
Where they just explore conspiracy theories and stuff?
And like a true crime and shit like that. Yeah, that show's pretty
I've
cool.
seen those, yeah.
I've seen a lot of those about the alien abductions and whatever encounters and shit.
There is another conspiracy theory within the conspiracy... Because you know a real conspiracy theorist, he's never satisfied. Like once the conspiracy theory becomes mainstream, you got to be like, no, that's just what they want you to think. You know, like that's you got to take that extra step. Otherwise, you're not a conspiracy theorist. Like that, it's...
What is it?
Like, all right, if there's going to be an alien invasion, then the next step is like they're going to fake an alien invasion, bro. I'm telling you. It's not that they got real aliens. That's just what they want you to think. The Pentagon's going to release all this fake information.
I mean, isn't it weird that they're like heavy on the UFO? It's like the UFO agenda now?
Yeah.
Isn't that a little weird?
That's what but see, now there's like two sectors now. There's like a split. There's like those that think that like this is legit and the government has no choice. Because now there's just too much information. They can't hide it anymore.
Yeah, and the other one is, oh, no, now we're going to just pretend like it's real or fake it. Or I don't know what you mean. Yeah. I don't like that, though. I feel like...
You don't like the second one, the one where it's a fake.
I mean, I don't like the second one, but...
It would be more awesome if it was real aliens. That is more awesome.
Yeah, because if it's the second one, I would be fucking tight at the government. It's like, y'all fucking serious?
The second one is pretty horrible if you think about what the point of it is.
It's some evil government shit.
Because it's supposed to be to make you accept the New World Order.
Type shit.
Right? So that's,
I mean, you think aliens are real though?
I'd be surprised if they weren't. My thing is like, are they here? Right? And like, and there seems to be like an indication that they probably are, like even from the Pentagon and stuff. But like
those UFO videos, though, there's too many.
It's really weird, the behavior of it.
There's too many, bro.
It's really weird. The thing I don't like about the scientists is that they're not looking at it the way that it makes sense for a scientist to look at it. Like a lot of them are just automatically like, I will ruin my reputation if I say that's a alien ship, so I just can't go with that. I gotta try to disprove it.
A lot of people have been opening up more though.
Yes, especially from the military.
Yeah, a bunch
like
of them.
Pentagon officials and stuff like that. I just don't like
people claiming they've actually seen alien bodies.
I just don't like that they're putting like actual like they're putting actual. The shit I don't like is what's happening in the History Channel. It just makes it look ridiculous. Like they mix the ancient alien dudes with the weird hair who thinks that everything is aliens. Who's a fucking meme because he thinks everything is aliens.
I've never seen ancient aliens. I've heard about it though.
I feel like disrespected to like.
I've seen Action Bronson getting high watching Ancient Aliens.
That counts.
That's what I've seen.
That counts.
But I haven't seen the actual.
You should, especially the first season. They had these episodes about the monoliths.
Okay.
The monoliths, that was amazing, because I was always really curious about that.
You talking about those things that kept popping up recently?
No, not that. That was straight out of a movie. That was straight out of like 2001, A Space Odyssey. Like that was.
What the fuck was that? You seen what you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
there, right?
But I think somebody just put it there.
Just trolling.
I think it's people trolling. I really do.
Oh god.
Now people are like, how could somebody do that? It could have even been the government's like, we got to make these fuckers get weird. We got to make them believe everything, and so we got to actually start doing stuff like this.
I feel like once again, the internet's a gift and a curse. That's what maybe gives the government the idea, like, hey, let's fuck with these people now. They're really hooked onto this UFO
It's
thing.
really easy to manipulate people now.
That's the thing. People are so like fucking oblivious sometimes. It's like, dude, like you gotta always think about the other side. That's why it's like it's a possibility but too much UFO videos, bro. There's a lot of the UFOs argument.
My thing is when the Pentagon is releasing the UFO videos, creating entire, like using military resources, like the military is extremely efficient.
Okay.
Like they're really good at getting shit done. If those guys like try to run through an entire commission, they can't like actually figure out what's going on here, and they release the videos, and they're like, we can't explain this aerial phenomenon. We got to put more focus into this. This is not something to ignore.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing is like too many people. You know, there's no one to blame specifically, but like you can't just ignore that type of stuff. When the military starts to get concerned about like weird shit happening in the sky, you should pay attention to that, man.
They said that to go back to I think it was the Roswell incident. I think they have found some pieces of the UFO or some shit.
There was an old man they interviewed with that stuff.
He said that the actual fucking the fucking texture of the UFO was like something they've never like seen. I forgot what was the actual fucking what it was called. I don't even know. It was like unreversible technology or some shit like to that degree. It was some crazy shit like this type of piece they found.
You never saw Bob Lazar's story?
Yes, I think so. Wasn't he on Netflix?
It was on Netflix, yes.
I think I seen that. Wasn't he like a dude that worked in
It was close to Area 51. I think it was called Area S4.
Some shit related to like
and the way he would get there, he would go to a certain
wasn't that the guy that made that really cool car when he was young?
Yeah.
Like it was some crazy I've seen that shit. What did he do though? Didn't he work on planes or some shit?
Well, that's part of the issue. Is like figuring out who the fuck is this guy? Because
he came out of nowhere.
Because it's really difficult because like it seems like they've tried to erase him from history. That's one of the things. Like they were saying.
You mean like what, the government?
Yeah, because he came out with his story, and it's not a recent thing.
Did he go on Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen him. I know I've seen the Netflix one.
It's a weird thing when a guy comes out though like that, and he's just saying basically.
You think he's clout chasing? I can't believe I just used that term.
I can't believe
Bob Lazar clout chasing.
But he'd be really terrible at clout chasing if that's what he was doing though, because he's not really doing interviews. He's not really going around seeking a bunch of attention. He's not writing books. He's not making money. And he's been talking about this.
I mean, he did the Netflix movie. He definitely made money off that.
I don't think he did.
He made money off that, bro. You think he did that for free?
But what else? I mean, he's not. It's not like he's financially fucked, and he's been in some weird situations in the past. I don't think we can just dismiss people with like, fuck it, money. That's it. I don't think so.
No, hell no. I believe him.
I don't think so. I mean,
he comes off genuine, from what I guess. I don't know.
I think there's just been the other thing was the prostitution ring. I mean, what the fuck was that about?
Wait, what? He ran a prostitution ring?
He was associated with some sort of a prostitution ring thing.
You think that's the government trying to put a bad name on him?
I mean...
Or was that legit?
Actually, here's an interesting thing. During the trial for that...
Oh, he went to court for that?
Yeah, he went to court for that. And actually...
He got arrested for prostitution?
And in his story, it wasn't like he was the pimp. I think he was helping to run a spot, and they were using it for that or something like that. I don't know. I don't want to get specific because I don't remember it well.
Gotcha.
But I do remember in the trial, I don't know why it ended up coming up, but he actually was talking about his work at S4, and I don't know why it became relevant, but it did become relevant.
No, just back up a little bit. Too close. No, there was something that was like a noise.
But he was willing to say that in court.
What's that noise?
And he got off with it.
I think that might be your foot.
What noise?
I just kept hearing like a little noise, like doop, doop.
I don't know.
All right, never mind. My fault. Sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, he ended up testifying about that in court, and he did not change his story. So if you're willing to say that in front of a court and not change your story, that's a bit odd, man. That's a long way to go for clout. And not to mention the fact that this dude pulls up, he tells his story. First of all, at first he was anonymous. He wouldn't reveal who he was. Right?
Bob Lazar?
Yeah, when he first came out, it was an anonymous interview.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Then after a while, he did end up coming out. And then he disappears for decades. Mm-hmm. And now he comes back, 30 years later or something like that. This was in the 80s when he first...
Said something about it?
Said something about this, yeah.
Who knows?
So that's very weird. And he actually did his own little documentary explaining it. Two things. He explained the information they gave him because they said they found the UFOs and that they're thousands of years old, which this is like the ancient alien theory being proven if this is correct, right? Like if they're telling them the truth, because they would sit him down. He's a physicist, and they're trying to make him read like a bunch of physics stuff, like da. Just read as much as he can about it, and then go work.
Yeah, can you put that down, Ish?
And then try to reverse engineer the technology of the shit.